The event is happening now. It's time to make the jump. The biggest timeline jump that we've experienced so far. We're in the midst of it right now. In today's lesson, we're going to learn about the signs, the symptoms, and you might be tuned in. You might have had maybe a little thought inside of your head. We actually can control the timeline. And we have a lot to discuss today. So many different things. We're going to talk about feelings in the body, familiar places changing, real life glitches. Maybe you've experienced a glitch. I'm going to share a new one with you today. We're going to talk about quantum physics in this lesson today. Don't go anywhere, so powerful. Realizing your power, how reality responds to you, and the rise of the royal family. It's so important. It's really an important time period to really know. You have to know thyself. You have to know that you have the power to control the timeline. With great power comes great responsibility. We know Uncle Ben. So when we know that, we want to manifest and create a timeline that is going to benefit the collective as a whole. We want to get on the highest timeline. And sometimes you have these strange things. Remember, there are no such things as coincidences, only synchronicities. And you got to listen to your body. You have to be conscious and aware of your surroundings. And the problem is, see, pretty much everyone can be able to identify that we maybe are going through a timeline jump. The timelines have shifted. Well, you have to take out the accountability mirror yourself. You know, because some people might come across this, they say, oh, this is not are you conscious and aware? Are you having a conscious and aware existence? Or are you just, watching the TV all day long? I don't know the answer. You know, and again, it's what you're consuming on the TV, because, we can consume great consciousness videos on YouTube, or we could watch the circus on the TV. We could be watching the circus. So it's really an important time period. If you're new to the channel, I'm Michael. I discuss the ascension journey and I make it relevant for everyday life people. And right now, the event is happening. What's the event, Uncle Mike? It's the expansion of human consciousness. And there are people around the world right now that are realizing that we control the timeline. You could write it in the comments. We control the timeline. And this is the biggest timeline jump that we've had this year so far during this massive shift. And more big events. It's not just one event. It's events after events after events that help us expand our consciousness. And you might be new to this journey, and all I want you to do is sit there, think about where you were in life in 2020. Think about where you were in life in 2015. And you could go back to 2001. Are you more conscious and aware? Has your consciousness expanded since any of those time periods? So that is the shift that we're going through and going to continue to go through. We're moving in the same general direction. This is true ascension. So when we're ascending on the consciousness scale, we're ascending up towards the truth, authenticity. And you might be getting this and you say, you know what, there's a lot of guilt, there's a lot of shame, there's a lot of fear. You got to get out of those frequencies and get out of them now. Feelings in the body. Knowing that we're having a timeline shift. You could feel stirring up in the stomach. We have a lot of people. My friend Adam texted me last night. He was sharing how he was feeling it right now, the stirring up, feeling this shift in the solar plexus area and in the spines. And I've been sharing about my lower back. It's been so painful. And yesterday was the first time I've shared in a video. It's on the channel page. How I do this, I do this grounding work on the beach. I walk in the very shallow end of the water and I'm walking, and it was the first time in months where I didn't have excruciating pain in my lower back. And it's kind of left at this point. And we're seeing this shift that's happening. And now we're building a reality where there is no more pain in the lower back. And when I sit quietly with God, you have to understand the amount of pressure that you have holding the timeline for maybe hundreds of thousands of people. And we're all scattered around the world, and you might be in a different location holding the timeline for hundreds of thousands of people. The anchor beings of the timeline, if you will. Familiar places have a different look. Familiar places, I shared with my mother a picture of the beautiful sunset yesterday, and I'm always looking here, and it's always but it looks a little different, almost like a little bit of a 5D vibe. I said I made it to the 5D. I made it to the 5D. So you could have this, and it's hard to put into words. You could be in a certain location, you are familiar with it, but it has kind of a different vibe to this. Whatever your familiar place is. So use that as a guide for you. You say, did the timeline change? So certain areas could feel extra high vibe, and sometimes it could feel, I shared this within a week ago. Go to the channel page and check that out. You could be in a place and all of a sudden you don't feel like you belong there anymore. Jeffrey Taylor, I appreciate you. Light Warriors. The Light Warriors are here. We are Light Warriors. You got to be a warrior to go through this right now. Got to be a warrior. And one of the main glitches, and again, this is a personal glitch. I also talk about personal Mandela effects. You might be familiar with the Mandela effect. No one is going to, all I can do is share. I'm the only person in the world that knows this example that I'm sharing with you right now. So I have this little trick to make sure that I'm on time for work. So I got to make sure that I'm on the live stream and getting prepared, because a lot of you don't kind of go along with the linear time. So you might just be drifting away and you have no conception of the time. So what I do, right, I have this little trick. You could do this trick as well. My stove clock, I purposely set it. I know this. I do it all the time. I've been doing it for years. I set my stove clock several minutes fast, like 4 to 5 minutes fast, so that I kind of like it just helps me move along a little bit faster, get a sense of urgency to get ready for the live stream, to be on with all of you, getting ready. A lot of people don't know the work. You got to do a lot of prep work to get ready for the live stream. So I know that I set that stove clock about 4 or 5 minutes fast so that I'm ready. And I realized over the past few days, I'm taking out my cell phone, I'm looking at the time on the cell phone, and I'm looking at the time on the stove clock. It's the same time. I never changed it. I purposely set that clock so that it is fast, like 4 minutes ahead of time. And now I'm looking at it, I'm trying to get prepared. It's the same time. And I never change it. So that's a real life glitch that I have gone through. Jeffrey, thank you again. I appreciate you. Nelson Mandela, of course, connects it all. Yeah, it's the Mandela effect. And that's why we have to get on the higher timeline. This is all connected. If you're familiar with Mandela effects, that's a very strong thing that can help you realize the different timelines. As we move forward, now I'm going to teach you how you control the timeline. Such an important video today. The present moment is all we have. That's all we have. The present moment is all you have. Get a pen and paper. Write some of this stuff down. It might be relevant for you. Write it down. Yeah. I'm going to have a notebook check. No, the present moment is all we have. So a lot of times we dwell in the past. That's finished. We are riddled with anxiety from the future. And on my journey, and I'm very open and real on this channel, that's what I struggled with. I struggled with anxiety, always worrying about this is going to happen, that's going to happen. But sometimes we have to say F it all and go forward, because what the heck are we doing? And that's why there's going to be creatures out there. I'm going to talk about this later in this video. Our Facebook community has been talking about this. There's creatures out there that are trying to get you into that fear, that are trying to drag you down. It's so important not to pay attention to those things. So paying attention, here we go, paying attention. Quantum physics, the double slit experiment, particles behave differently when they are observed. The observer, attention. I did a world famous video. Attention is the currency of the universe. Why don't you write that in the comment section? Attention is the currency of the universe. So quantum physics and the double slit experiment teach us this. And particles will behave differently if they are observed or not observed. So what are you paying attention to? What are you observing? Who are the people on social media? Who are the people on the TV that you are observing? That's going to become part of your reality. So we have to take control of this. Consciousness actually shapes our reality on a daily basis. And reality will respond to the way that you perceive it. This is true. I've lived through this. I know it. If you perceive reality that this is the end of the world, you perceive reality, everyone's out to get you, that's the reality that you're going to get. If you are perceiving reality that you are the king, you are the queen of the reality, that's the reality that you will get as well. And this is deep-rooted subconscious programming. This is right. And that's why this has been such a very important time period of getting rid of persecution implants. I've been sharing this. You might have been persecuted on your journey. You could have been, your family could have been persecuted, like getting in trouble and you didn't even do anything, right? And these are the things of the world. This has been in the world for a long time. You are a sinner. And you're like, I'm just sitting on the couch. What did I do? Right? You are a sinner. You see these people out there. You are causing global warming, human. You're like, what? I'm just sitting on the couch. I drive a fuel-efficient vehicle. I don't have a fancy jet flying around the world. Why am I? What? But me? So these are real-life examples, everyday life examples of persecution implants, right? You are the one to blame. So you got to get rid of these people out of your life, people that gaslight you, right? It's going to literally, this is why it's so important. We're learning this today. It is going to shape your reality. You got to get rid of the gloom and doom. You must, and you got to do it immediately, if not sooner. Peace, Master, I appreciate you. All we need is love. Absolutely. All we need is love, the Peace Master writes. I appreciate you, Peace Master. He is the Master of Peace. It's true. That's what we need. Realize this is the time period. This is the biggest timeline jump. And what it does is it realizes the power that we have. You are creating this. We are distributing to the world a new timeline. Our thoughts, emotions, and actions affects the collective's reality. That's how important you are. You're sitting there, you're watching your Uncle Mike, right? You're part of the Our Everyday Lives community. Why don't you hit the subscribe button? I appreciate that. And not only does it help this channel, you could show up every day and all of a sudden at the end of this year, you're going to say, wow, I'm on a totally different timeline with all this positivity. There's so much positivity coming in. You're on a brand new timeline. So you have to realize this today. Write it down. Okay, our thoughts, emotions, and actions affects the collective's reality. I know the importance, and you'll see the gaslighters. You think you're special? Ooh, right? So this is, I always share about the trolls, the gaslighters in the spiritual communities. You got to get rid of these people. You got to avoid them like a plague. I know, I go directly to God. I go directly to Source. I don't care. I could sit alone on the beach. I got no problem. When you listen to this, when you love yourself, you got to love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you can't love anyone else. Everything, all those things out there are backwards. It's going backwards. That's evil. What's evil? It's live in reverse. You could sit out on the beach. You could sit out on the beach alone with God. No problem. No problem, kid. When you realize God is your best friend, oh, the power is there, baby. The power is there. And this is the year of abundance. So there's going to be people out there that are going to try to lower your frequency on purpose. So you got to, when in doubt, cancel them out. Cast them out, baby. Hit the 888 if you are receiving abundance. This year, it's the 8-year, 888s. So our thoughts, emotions, actions affects the collective's reality. You know, and yesterday for me, and I've been sharing, and if you're new to the channel, please go to the first playlist and you could go through and relive. It kind of reads like a book, how all these videos are connected. I've been sharing about the pain at the base of the spine. Some of you are familiar with the Kundalini. Tesla said, I am the receiver. Think of your spine as an antenna, like a receiver. And the amount of pressure that has been at the base, it's not been pleasant. I had to lay down most of the time of the day. This is how I'm grateful. I'm grateful to walk. I walked on the beach and I didn't have, it's still not perfect, but I didn't have excruciating pain. I say, oh God, I'm so grateful. There's not excruciating pain in the spine. Still a little tight, but I say, wow, I don't have excruciating pain today. I'm so excited. And nothing, we went through a massive storm. We went through a massive shift. We had a powerful blast from a solar storm that created aurora, beautiful aurora. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. And so these energies are affecting our consciousness. We influence reality through our consciousness. Isn't that interesting? So that's the assistance from God. That's the assistance from the solar flashes and flares and storms that we're getting. And people, some people are new to that. A lot of you are aware of this. The solar activity, it affects our consciousness. So that's the assistance. Now we have to stay strong. Now we have to have what's called the inexhaustible belief in ourselves. And now we realize we are influencing reality through our consciousness. You are influencing the reality. And so many powerful people in the past few days got together, stood together. This will never change. Collectively, we're greater than the sum of our parts. And I've been sharing this. You got to get on the same page. Get on the same page. Why don't you write that down as well? Let's all get on the same page. And it's good. There's a sorting happening. There's going to be people that never want to get on the same page. Don't go down to their level. Cast them out. Close, seal it up, and stay focused. Again, go back to the beginning of the lesson, right? Quantum physics, the double slit experiment. What are you observing? Are you observing negative people? Are you watching? Are you watching? Are you watching? Are you watching negative people? Do you know them by their fruits? You got to ask these questions, right, Brandy? Very powerful people here right now. Are you watching? What are you watching? I don't know what you're watching, right? So, this is why you have to we have to make a conscious decision. You can watch two people, they're sharing a similar topic. One of them saying, it's going to be okay. And the other one says, hellfire and brimstone is coming. Yes, it's coming. It's hellfire and So when you watch, so you have to make it this, you're watching two people. So now you have a free will decision. Is this the path I'm going? Or am I going to listen to this one over here? So important. This is such an important time period. You don't want to get dragged. You're going to see him out there. That's a victimhood consciousness. That's let's drag them down. They're going the wrong direction. We got to go up. When it comes to true ascension, in the community tab, I shared a very powerful message on true ascension. True ascension is not left or right. It's up, kid. It's up. We're constantly going up. because you're going to see this in the duality. They all got it. They fall for it. You have to do this. You can only do it this way. You got to choose this side. That's polarization. We got to get back. So what we do is we get back to the middle and boom, we go up. Right? Let's do it again, right? People going like this, they're going, oh, I got to pick this side. Oh, I got to pick this side. So what we do, we're going to come back to the middle, and then we go up and away. Up and away. Get the rocket ships going in the chat. We're going onward and upward, Joe. So many beautiful people here, right? And each and every one of us, we come together, we share something, but again, it's never going to be all the same. We don't fall for the hive mind. We're going in the same general direction, and all we could do is be a representation of see, you are going to be given a life journey, right? We go on this journey, and you're not here to tackle it all. Why aren't you doing this? Because it's not part of my journey. You see these people out there, right? No. So like for me, for example, I know, okay, I dealt with this. I know I'm a professional at this. I know the ins and outs of that. I know this, but I don't know that over there. So then you refer to someone else. That's how we have to move forward as a society, as a collective. Know our strengths. And when it's not, and so now I sit back, I say, oh, I'm going to listen to you. Oh, that sounds interesting. I'm going to listen to you. So that's how you got to be authentic. Authenticity is the most high. And you're going to see it. You're going to see it out there. Oh, I know it better than you. Okay. Where's your content? Right? Know them by their fruits. You got to know them. You got to know them. So it really is a time period where your reality, our reality, the collective's reality, is influenced by your consciousness. And this is coming from the quantum. That's why I shared the quantum chaos. I mean, you're getting this right now. You might have, and if you haven't been on this channel, check that video out, right? Our channel, there's always new people coming in, coming out. That's the way of the world. It's a revolving door. So if you haven't, check these out. And if you're here every single day, I shared quantum chaos. Haven't we been through quantum chaos, right? It's been chaotic. We've been through quantum chaos. It looks one way, and then it changed because we're doing this in the quantum, at a quantum level, at an energetic level. And you could see one thing, and it's going to be this. Then it was something else. You will know them by their fruits. And, we share about this, and this has been such a very powerful time period. And you have to, the most important thing when you go into society as a whole, and especially with the internet. Do you know about the internet? Do you know about the internet? Let me know if you know about the internet. No, sometimes when you're in society, you see it more on the internet. Like, I heard this term years ago. I was never into social media years ago, but, people say, oh, this person's got Instagram muscles. They could talk all big and bad, right? But they're like nothing. There's nothing there. There's just Instagram muscles. Right? So I heard that term years ago, Instagram muscles, right? They think they're so tough. They're all this, they're that. But what if they're not even real people? Because a lot of them, they don't have pictures. There's an empty profile. You got to really think about this. You got to go deep. So sometimes these entities, energies, they know how the humans are, and they're just trying to get a reaction out of you. So think about that. Yoga with Beth Bentley. I appreciate you. My dream is to live in a treehouse. Milton caused a tree. Yes, you told me this. Milton caused a tree to fall onto my house. Inside the house, lesson learned, be specific with your thoughts and words. Absolutely. I've seen this as well. So ready? Manifestation, and thank you for sharing that. Manifestation is happening so fast right now. So that could be a good thing. Remember, not everything is good or bad. People hear manifestation is quick. Oh, it's happening instantly. But you got to be careful. And that's why I talk about on this channel, laser, pinpoint, accuracy. That's how we have to move forward. Laser, pinpoint, accuracy. So, you know, when you are focused, you don't want to get, oh, I got distracted, and then you miss the target. You get distracted, and then you miss the target. And, you know, we had such a powerful solar storm that created such a beautiful aurora. And in our Facebook community, I've seen other people sharing about this. You're going to see, you're going to know. In recent events, this was terrible storm that developed in a way that never developed ever before. And it got supercharged. And there was people saying, this is the worst cat. It's going to be the worst Cat 5. This should be a Cat 6, going on and on. And a lot of people saying, this is not normal. Something's wrong with this. And you know, within our Facebook community, people were sharing that there was people that were saying that the Cat 5 was real, but the aurora was fake. Isn't that interesting? You know, I talk about content of character. You know, there's and again, I don't even know if these are real people, but these are comments. These are people that are talking out there. Isn't that interesting? They say, oh, that's real, but the purple skies, a lot of you saw the pictures of the beautiful aurora. The aurora is fake, but that was real. That's wild. Isn't that wild? So there's something in the mind. Again, I don't even know if that's a real person or whatever's going on the internet. You know about the internet? But when you just break that down, why are you wishing that that's real, but the purple skies is fake? So that's backwards. They're going, that's a demon, son. Yeah, you got to wake up. Hit the like button if you're waking up today. So you will know them by their fruits. That's very strange behaviors we're seeing out there. And that's why we share. I appreciate when you guys share your posts on Facebook as well. I said, wow. Isn't it wild? Like every day I see these things and it's like, how is this? So it's like, it's almost like it's done on purpose. And they say, oh, this is real, but the aurora is fake. My friend was sending me pictures of it from Jersey. I said, wow, I didn't get to see it where I was. I didn't get to see it. I only got to see it in the pictures. I didn't get to see it. So, you know, this is what's going on. So the moral of the story is don't pay attention to negativity. Pay attention to positivity. Your attention, it's the currency, baby. Oh yeah, and that's why you have to pay it. Oh, you're gonna pay it, yeah. Pay attention. What are you observing? Observing, right? Quantum physics, double slit experiment. What are you observing? So then, if you go into that area, it's all it's what when you. I can't express this enough. God gives us seasons. No one likes to be alone. But it's so important. It's so important because we think we know it all. You can't see it all because there's stress, there's distractions. You don't see it all until you sit alone with God. And then you see the truth of people. You see the truth of programming. You see it all. You will never see this if you're riddled with stress and anxiety. So people, things, and situations that cause stress and anxiety, that's not good for you. It's not good. So it really is. We are legendary. We are the warriors of legends. There will be books written about this, but we can influence the timeline through our consciousness. Let's be positive. You know, a lot of people, they need to return to God, but that's cool. They think they rather worship the people on the TV. That's all right. You know, but listen, what's your reality? I don't know. Our thoughts, emotions, actions affects the collective's reality. You have to know this. Your reality is going to respond to the way that you perceive it. That's a reflection of you. That's for the trolls. You know about the trolls out there in the spiritual communities, right? And that it's so important because you know what, and I learned this on my journey. And that's how you mess up. You're not messing up. What's happening is you're I know you're an empath. Yeah. You're a nice guy, a nice gal. You're a nice one. And then you feel bad and you feel sorry. They know what to do. They know how to drag you into that pit. They know how to pull you down to the low. They want to keep you tethered down there. You cannot be afraid to take a time period. Go into the wilderness with God. You're not alone. You're with God. You're in the wilderness. Hit the like button if that resonates with you. You're going to go into the wilderness if you have to. Some people did it already. Don't delay. Do it today. Now, you got to be, that's why everything in my life, I know how God works. I move in the image of God. Because if I don't do it, it's going to be done anyway. It's always easy. I've shared this before. It's always easy to be preemptive. Know your season, right? Be preemptive. Work in the same image. Sort. God is sorting the world. Wheat and the tares are being sorted right now. Timelines are being sorted right now. And you might be the anchor being for a collection of people. And this is nothing new. You might have stumbled across, light workers. You learned about light workers years ago. And they said, oh, we're spread around the world, around the grid. And there might not be anyone like you in your area, because you're holding the frequency down. We signed up for this. I keep saying, I gotta see the signature on that paper. Holy shift. How did this? I signed up for this. That's what you said, right? I signed up for this. So I appreciate each and every one of you. We're everyday life people, and we're realizing that we control the timeline. I appreciate each and every one of you. If today's message resonated with you, or if you benefited in any way possible, could you kindly just hit that like button? I appreciate that. Why don't you hit the subscribe button? I appreciate that as well. It helps grow our channel and community. It sends this out, the algorithms out to the world. We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time, to help you become the greatest version of yourself. Let's improve physically, mentally, and spiritually. Let's work on the Triforce, like The Legend of Zelda. Some of you played The Legend of Zelda when you were a kid. Yeah, and we have to become kids again. You got to grow up. Remember they told you got to grow up. But your inner child is actually who you really are. A lot of us just, you ever watch like an innocent dog just like loving you and just like jumping around? They say dog and God is backwards. It's just like a ball of love. Here's the dog. Here, the dog is giving you the love, right? So that's like our inner child. I get excited when I see the dogs, right? But that's where we have to be. That's where we have to be. So get back to the basics. It's something I've been sharing. Get back to the basics. Let's be the best version of ourselves. Why don't you share the shift out of this video so people could shift to the higher timeline? I'm so grateful for all of you. Check out the channel page. Check out the community tab, the shorts, the channel, we got it all. We got TikTok, Facebook, and Patreon. The links are in the description. I'm so grateful for your support. This is authentic, and this channel and community goes through the people. It's all about the people. And the people were able to change the timeline. We did it. We did it. Jeffrey Taylor, I appreciate you. Dog definition of goodness. Yeah, I love the dogs. Yeah. And that's why, that's just love. It's just love. And we have a lot of work to do, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a lot of work to do. I'm ready. I'm rolling the sleeves up. We're ready to do the work. Let's get it done. And I'm grateful for all of you. You allow me to get this work done. So, new timeline. It's the brand new timeline. It's brand spanking new, baby. Yeah. So I love you all in the chat, and we'll be back on tomorrow, and connect on the other platforms as well. And, again, share this video and leave a comment. Did you notice any glitching? Right, I shared the example of my glitch. Maybe you experienced the glitch as well. So there's like, how did this happen? All right. I love each and every one of you. Bye for now.